The Cosmic Couple.
And today we're going to talk about how we met.
It all started off in November 2017 when we both swiped right on Tinder.
Tinder?
What?
Oh, this sounds funny on Tinder. Anyways, let's see. It was a mutual match, and I thought she was pretty dang cute, you know. And I was like, yeah, okay, finally something, you know, promising. And we started talking for a little bit and at each other on Snapchat. And randomly one day the messages just stopped from her, so I didn't have time for that, so I deleted her. And
well,
then,
at that time, he didn't know that, well, I didn't know this was my soulmate messaging me. So I thought it was just some guy, you know, trying to talk to me, trying to just take me on a date, whatever. Like, I didn't know who he was, and I was going through my own crap trying to find who I was. So I wasn't really, like, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't know it was you, or else I would have messaged him back like that.
but anyways, she stopped messaging me, so I deleted her. And I think I deleted her off Snapchat and Tinder.
Yeah.
No, I deleted her off Snapchat, and I kept her on Tinder because I stopped using Tinder as soon as I kind of, you know, met her on there.
Yeah. No, you deleted me off of both, and I
Oh.
texted you.
Oh,
Because I
that's
got
right.
his phone number by that time.
She was like, why did you delete me? And I was like, well, why else? You weren't talking to me, so, you
Well,
know.
I was like, who is this guy? Why does he think that he can just delete me? Like, I didn't even get to, like, he didn't even get to know me before he just deletes me. I'm like, well, that's kind of crappy. Like,
But after that, you know, we started talking more, and I was 5 hours away from where she lived,
yeah.
working in Odessa. And I finally decided I want to take her on a date. You know, I went online and looked up stuff because it was around Christmas time, and the Enchanted Forest was in Dallas.
Arlington.
Oh, in Arlington. I found the Enchanted Forest, and I thought that would be, you know, perfect and romantic in
And
a
it
sense.
was.
And, you know, I picked her up that night, and I was super nervous. I think I even took a little shot of something before I left to try to calm my nerves.
I remember his sister telling me how nervous he was, like he couldn't figure out what to wear, like,
Yeah.
and it was just a really big deal for him.
But it was weird because as soon as I showed up and like got out of the car and looked her in the eyes, like all the nervousness went away.
And it was like the
felt
opposite
perfect.
for me. Like, usually I'm very chill and calm on first dates, but in this case, like, whenever I met him, I actually felt nervous, and I was like, what is going on? Like, why am I getting so nervous around this guy? Like, I never get nervous. Like, I'm always very calm and collected, and like, because it doesn't really matter to me most of the time. Like, dates I go on, I was just like, it's probably gonna be another person I don't really care to know, you know? And so, but I felt something when I met him, and I don't know if anyone believes in true love, but that was love at first sight type of
It's
thing.
not the high school stuff. I mean, I don't know, when I looked you in the eyes, it was like an explosion of like, oh God, like, I'm gonna marry you and I didn't even know you yet type of thing.
The very first date, like, it was the strangest feeling, because I remember thinking in my head, I'm like, like a little thought popped up, and it was just like, this is my husband. And I was just like, what are you talking about? Like you just met him. What? Chill the freak out.
Quit being weird.
Yeah, we both thought it was really weird.
And then we got to Enchanted Forest, and
it's really cool. They have all these lights everywhere, and they have like a little walk-through maze where you can look.
you had to find all the reindeers and stuff. And I don't think we went ice skating that night because I think it was too freaking busy.
Yeah, it was packed that day when we went, but like the whole time I just felt super comfortable with him.
Super comfortable. I feel like we were already going out. Like,
yeah, I felt like we already knew each other. I'm sure no one even realized that we just met that day.
Who the hell are y'all? Like,
but it's just funny. And so, let's see. After that, we went to Pei Wei. That's my favorite place to eat.
For
Little
dinner.
did he know.
Yeah. Oh, you knew because I think you wanted to go there. But I took her to Payway, and you know, I've never been there, and it was good, and we had a good time. And finally the night was coming to an end. I had to take her back to your grandparents' house. And we got out of the car, and it was a full moon.
It was so beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
Like, I remember the full moon, and we both stared up there as we were talking. We talked forever because we didn't want the night to end.
Yeah.
It was just one of those, like, I don't want to go back in my house. I just want to spend the rest of the time with you.
I had to drive 5 hours back to work that night, you know, wake up 5 o'clock in the morning just to get to work. But I remember like looking up in the moon and then looking at her eyes and seeing the moon through your eyes and stuff, and I just gave you a kiss.
Yeah. Well, you asked me. You were like...
Oh yeah, I asked her. I made sure I asked her. I was like, is it okay if I give you a kiss?
And I was like...
Duh! Give me a kiss. I was like, oh, my heart melted. I was like, oh, I wanted to say I love you, but that was way too soon.
I know. That's crazy.
And then, you know, we FaceTimed all the time when I was in Odessa.
Yeah. After that, we were talking every single day. And I mean, like, non-stop. Like, him at work, I'm surprised you didn't get in trouble at work.
I know. Oh, I did get in trouble at work a few times.
I got you in trouble,
yeah. But then it started to, you know, I would only have Saturday and Sunday off, and I would get done at work on Fridays in Odessa and drive all the way to Arlington.
Yeah.
And 5 hours, you know, Friday, and then 5 hours on Sunday just to come see you and
go on dates,
take her places, and
it was
have
so
fun.
Sweet. Like, to me, I remember looking back and I was just like, dang, this guy is driving 5 hours just to see me.
Put a lot of miles on the Fiesta.
Yeah, I know. But it was totally worth it because I don't think we even knew it would end up this far.
No, I don't think so. I had a feeling though.
Yeah, the first day.
Yeah. I think we saw our first shooting star together and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember us in the car and we just saw like this random shooting star, and like that was like a sign from the universe to me, like he's the one. Like everything just kept check, like
you guys got it.
Yeah.
And then
even to this day, people think that we've been dating for like
5 years.
Yeah, for the longest.
Years.
And we just met in 2017 and it's 2019 right now, so it hasn't been that long, but it feels like eternity, honestly.
I kept wanting to, you know, ask her to be my girlfriend, but she said she wasn't ready. And then it came time, we had a little thing where we wrote each other notes.
Yeah, because I told him, like, I remember talking to my mom and I said, I really like this guy, okay? And she thought it was funny because I actually said, oh, I want you to meet Ryan. And she's like, oh, this guy has a name? Like, he must be important. And I was like, because usually I'm just like, oh, this is my friend, like, you'll meet them. Like, but he actually had a name. And so I remember telling her, in 2 months, if everything goes like as I feel like it should, or like, you know, goes on with the flow, then I'm gonna ask him to be my boyfriend. So on February 2nd was the deadline of us writing our notes to each other.
And I got back into town and I had to run to Home Depot for something, and we decided to give the notes in the parking lot of Home Depot. And I gave her mine first, you know, whatever, she read it, it was cute.
Yeah.
And then she gave me hers, and I think at the very end of it was like, would you be my boyfriend or something?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, duh, like, I'm supposed to ask you that, but sure. I guess we'll do it like this.
If you meet your husband, you gotta ask him.
And let's see, you met Rylan, my daughter, around Christmas time. And what, she said I love you to you, like? Yeah,
like on March 17th. So it wasn't that long, but it was so cute because nothing was ever pushed.
Yeah.
Like, we let everything flow naturally, and she just, like, I could tell she was slowly falling in love with me. And it was the sweetest, like, process I've ever seen, and I just was like,
she was already calling you mom and stuff. It was just, it was like meant to happen.
I remember the first time she just wrote it on this little chalkboard he has in the room.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, she always would say, "I love you, Mom," and she just, it's just the best bond you could ever ask for.
Yeah, we walked in one day and she just had it written on the chalkboard, like, oh my God, Ron, that is so cute.
Yeah. It was just so sweet, because we definitely chose each other. We chose to love each other. And it all, like, everything in our relationship has been so natural, and we've always just let it flow.
It's just a perfect relationship. I know it sounds kind of like,
and I mean,
snobby or whatever, but it's not perfect,
like,
but
it's imperfectly perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, whenever you meet the one.
It's a different type of relationship than any other relationship I've ever been in.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
by
know,
far.
You can tell
far.
a difference right when you meet. It's like you have this gut feeling that's like, oh my gosh, like this is my person.
Yep. And let's see. We met Rylan, you know, and of course, you know, I was still working in Odessa and I changed jobs to closer to where I lived and where she lived, like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
And she started living with me. And
yeah, and that happened too, like so naturally.
Yeah.
We did. I remember one day I was like,
kind of like one day she just like brought her stuff and, you know, a few clothes, and then
am I living here with you?
Before you knew it, she was living there.
I didn't even know, like it just kind of happened. I remember like one time going back to my house that I was living at, and literally like I was like, it looks like I moved out.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start coming over and staying.
I got all my stuff over there anyways, might as well stay there. So yeah, now we live together, and then we went on vacation at the beach in July.
Yep. For my birthday.
Family vacation, everybody was there.
My whole family was
whole
there.
Squad,
yeah.
You know. And you know, we're having a good time, and went to the beach, Port Aransas and Rockport. And
on my birthday we went to dinner, and it was so good. Like, it was one of those fancy seafood restaurants, and obviously I got no seafood.
Yeah.
Like, I just got like some asparagus and a baked potato. But it was really good for that. Like, it was the best asparagus I've ever had.
Yeah.
But anyways, like after that, I remember we were walking to the car. And
I took her out on this dock.
Yeah,
and it was July 23rd, gave her a card, and she read it. It had something cute on it, and it said, the end of it said, like, look me in the eyes, I have something serious to tell you. And that's when I got down on one knee and proposed to
and it was so beautiful. It was,
and all the people on the top floor were cheering, and it was just amazing.
And it was the sunset, I'll never forget it as well. Like, the sunset was just so pretty, and it was like red and purple and pink. And we were on a dock, like next to the ocean. It was just perfect. It was the best.
It was gorgeous. I love it.
And I remember I even blocked out everything that was happening, you know.
I could still hear people in the background.
It was hard for me. Like, I was in the zone, and I started bawling when he asked me. Like, I could not keep myself together.
And then Rylan ran up on the dock and gave you the birthday card and stuff.
And
it was so cute.
I just love our relationship. Like,
it was amazing. I think
that pretty much sums up
everything.
Our whole story from now on. We still have lots of memories to make, and we're gonna be posting lots more videos, but we should have lots of videos. We love camping, traveling, hiking. We love doing makeup, veganism, and that concludes our cosmic journey called life.